this, xy. So once it hits the lake, the V is down, V initial is down, slowing down so the A is up because of the buoyant force of the water, right? So the A is positive. So you put positive 4, and, oh, you know what? I can't use that equation. That's a good illustration of the fact that I can't use 1 because I don't know the T, right? So which one would I have to use? If I want to know the final velocity, I could use the one that's missing the T again, right? The final V when it hits the ground. So you do the one V initial is and then I could put my, you know, it doesn't really matter. You could put your x and y axis on top of the lake, then y initial will be 0, y final will be negative, or you could put the xy axis on the bottom of the lake. That's probably a little easier. Either way, then the y initial will be the height of the lake, y final will be 0. So what matters is that this one should end up being 0, and then this one should end up being negative, or this one should be 0, this one should be negative. As long as this whole thing works out to be negative, the sign works out to be okay. So the lake is 60 feet. Okay, so that one is going to give you V final squared. That's what we're solving for, V final squared, right? We're solving for V final. So now V final squared is going to be 89.44 squared minus 8 times 60. So it's going to slow down. By the time it hits the bottom, (86.72). It hasn't really slowed down that much. Okay. If it slows down faster than that, then it will slow down more. You see? So practice this. Practice this problem, changing your x and y axis, putting them down, putting them up. See if you could do. See if you could still do it. A lot of times where people get confused is with the negatives. Like I've seen people come to my office and say, I can't get the negatives to work out because at the end, I'm always having to. It's always ending up with something squared is a negative number. And it's meaningless because then it's imaginary. And I say usually, well, probably somewhere your sign is wrong. And then we go through and find that they either put their coordinate system the wrong way or they put it right, but one of their variables is wrong sign. So that's where you got to practice. Make sure your signs work out.
Sir, I think that the final equity should be a negative value.
Yeah, you know what? That one really doesn't matter because I'm giving the absolute value here. You know, so technically it's negative because it's going down. But the problem might ask you what is the speed of the ball when it hits the bottom. So then you just put the absolute value. Okay? Let's give another one that is like related to free fall. Then we'll do another one that's doesn't have any free fall in it, and it's just in the horizontal direction.